In this lesson, we're going to learn how to add and subtract integers. In our first example, we're going to use a number line to find the sum of -7 plus -4. So the first thing we're going to do is draw a number line. Once we draw a number line, then we're going to start at -7 on the number line. So we do that by starting at 0, and we're going to move to the left -7 places. The reason that we're going to -7 is because -7 is the first number in our expression. Our first number in our expression will always be our starting position. After we move to -7, the next thing we're going to do is add to it -4 places. As you notice on our number line, the negative numbers get bigger as you go further to the left, and the positive numbers get bigger as you go further to the right. So since -4 is a negative number, we're going to go to the left 4 more places. Our ending position is on -11, so our answer is -11. Okay, let's try it again. So now we're going to add this time -12 and +19. So again, we're going to start with our first number in the expression, which is -12. So once we start from -12, we're going to add to it +19, which means we're going to move in the right direction because numbers get more positive as we move to the right. Our ending position is at 7. So therefore, -12 plus 19, or +19, is equal to +7. Okay, I want you guys to try this one on your own. It's -4 plus -5. And remember, if you need more time to do the problem, remember you can pause the video at any time. Okay, so first we're going to draw the number line. Then we're going to move at -4, because -4 is our starting position. And from -4, we're going to move to the left 5 more spaces. Once we move 5 more spaces, our ending position is at -9. So -4 plus -5 is equal to -9. Okay, I want you guys to try this one. -7 plus +12. Okay, we're going to start at our starting position, which is -7. From -7, we're going to move to the right 12 spaces. Our ending position is at +5. So -7 plus +12 is equal to +5. Now when we subtract integers, remember the subtraction is the same as the addition steps. It just incorporates one more thing. And that one more thing is that we add by the additive inverse. The additive inverse is the number that's when it's added to another number, it gets you 0. Okay, for example, the number 3, the additive inverse would be -3, because if I add together 3 and -3, I get 0. The same works with -5 and 5. If I add together -5 and 5, I get 0. So the additive inverse of +8 would be -8, and the additive inverse of +10 would be -10. So looking at our first example, we're going to use the number line to now subtract +4 and +1. So first we want to recognize that subtraction is the same as adding by the additive inverse. So this is essentially the same as 4 plus -1. So now since we have 4 plus -1, we could go back to the steps that we learned when we were adding integers. We can use our number line, start at +4, and then we're going to move to the left 1 space, and we get +3. Okay, now in this example, we're going to subtract or find a difference of -3 and +1. So the first thing we should recognize is that subtraction is the same as adding by the additive inverse. So this is the same thing as -3 plus a -1. Now, a common mistake that I see a lot of people do is that when they see that subtraction is the same as adding by the additive inverse, they would like to change the first number. Remember, our first number is always our starting position. We're never going to change our first number. However, we would change our second number or our preceding numbers if we had more terms to this expression. So we have -3 plus -1. So on our number line, we're going to go to the position of -3 and then go to the left -1, and -3 plus -1 is equal to -4. Okay, here's one for you to try. So we have -2 minus -4. Okay, so subtraction is the same as adding by the additive inverse. So this becomes -2 plus a +4. Use our number line. We're going to go to the position of -2, and then we're going to move to the right 4 places, which is going to get us at our final destination of +2. So -2 minus a -4, or -2 plus a +4 is equal to +2. Okay, here goes another example for you to try. Let's try -2 minus -2. Okay, subtraction is the same as adding by the additive inverse. So -2 minus -2 is the same as -2 plus +2. We're going to go to -2 on our number line, and we're going to move to the right 2 places, and our final destination is 0. So -2 minus -2, or -2 plus +2 is equal to 0.